If you like watching guards in college basketball, I have just the recipe for you in this game. Louisville going on the road to take on Arkansas in Bud Walton Arena. You got Michael Brown, you got Ryan Conwell, throw Isaac McNeely, the other guards in there, taking on Darius Acuff, Malik Thomas, and the great guards over at Arkansas. Arkansas, a team that, I'm still trying to figure out where they're exactly going, what they're gonna do. Obviously, Acuff and Thomas and the young guards that they have are really good, really potent. But also, the results haven't necessarily gone their way this year, I would say. So, you know, I guess I'll throw it to you first, Jay, man. What are you looking for in this game and just like this matchup overall?
Well, you nailed the main thing. The backcourt here is just the talent is insane. And so that's been crazy. The front court for Arkansas is what I want to see. Like Trevin Brazil hit a couple threes in the first half against Duke, but then Duke went right after him. I know it's Cam Boozer who, the biggest guy in the country, but Brazil, I want to see more out of Brazil. Nick Pringle only played 19 minutes against Duke. Like the front court for Arkansas has to give them some sort of just solidarity to where they can rim protect and give them something on offense too. And then even some role players like Carter Knox and DJ Wagner, they were quiet against Duke and they need to have a big game, I think, for Arkansas because this Louisville team with Mikael Brown, I mean, they're lethal and Conwell.
Yeah, they no, they have so many weapons, and the other thing for me that I'm looking for in this game is that this is the first true road game for Louisville, first true road game, and Bud Walton is an arena that gets rocking, and Michael Brown is still a freshman, right? He's a big time player, but I've seen big time freshmen, big time players, or honestly big time teams in general go on the road and just struggle in their first game, even against like lesser teams. I think we see it all the time. I mean, I was doing the preview for Indiana and Minnesota. Indiana's taking on Louisville this weekend. They got this weird road game at the barn against a bad Minnesota team where they could be looking ahead. I guess what do you think is the key for Louisville in this first kind of road game setting? Because like I said, Arkansas's got the talent on this team. That's one thing you always got to watch out for Arkansas. I think when you watch them they could play like a top 10 team at any time, but they could
Yeah.
also have the struggle. So I think, what are you looking for as far as Louisville's approach to this game?
Honestly, I'm curious to know what they can do to get easy buckets against Arkansas. Arkansas's defense is actually really solid. I liked what I saw with them. I know outside of the Cam Boots or isolations, like they were jumping passing lanes, and Duke's offense was struggling in the first half of the first half. And credit to Calipari for that game plan. I want to see what Louisville can do to get Mikael Brown going against Acuff, Malik Thomas, because as fun as they are to score the ball for Arkansas, they're damn good defenders too, and I like watching them play. And so the guard matchup with Mikael Brown going against Acuff, Conwell, can they get him easy shots to get it going in the first half? Because like you said, it's going to be rocking at Arkansas, and they just got to come in there and start hitting their shots. And if they do that, then Louisville is going to come out with the win, I think.
Yeah, and that's the one scary thing for me in this one. Because Louisville, I mean, analytically, this is the second best offense in the country. And a lot of it comes from 3-point range. And J man, I know you know this. Sometimes those 3-point shots when you're on the road aren't necessarily falling like you want them to. So the one thing for me I'm looking for, because I do think that Louisville does win this basketball game. I think there's going to be some early adversity, like, oh man, Conwell's not hitting shots, Michael's maybe not hitting 3-pointers. How do they pivot from that, right? Do they get to the basket? Does a guy like Conwell immediately get to the line? Do they maybe try to get some more like short roll stuff with Sonata Fruit catching it? Um, I think that obviously in that setting, you do sometimes have to pivot because, when teams play on the road, things really do go south. And like I said, Bud Walton is a rocking arena. And then on the Arkansas standpoint of this, I'm looking for Carter Knox to find some consistency. Like Carter Knox was a kid that came back. He had legit NBA first round buzz last season, and I think he would have got picked if he went there. And he has been either feast or famine this season. Is there something that you see that maybe they could do to unlock Carter Knox? Because sometimes for me, it's like he's a little bit uninvolved given what the guards are doing. Is there something you see that maybe to get him more involved and maybe get him going, find some consistency?
Yeah, I think it is like just the guards are so heavily involved because Acuff is just so explosive that they always want him to have the ball in his hand. So Carter Knox is kind of getting lost in that shuffle, and you saw it against Duke with his 2 points in 23 minutes. That maybe, just kind of the simple action of like if Acuff is driving if you're on the weak side, maybe start cutting as Acuff is driving, and he'll find you to get you some easy ones. I mean, he had 17 and 10 against Jackson State. I know it was Jackson State, but that was a game before Duke. He's had two double doubles this year, but they were Central Arkansas and Jackson State, and the two big games for Arkansas. Carter Knox had 0 against your Michigan State Spartans and 2 points against Duke. And so, if Arkansas wants to win this game, Carter Knox has to be involved offensively for them because he is a good player. He just has to get shots up for them.
Yeah, and I think that, the one thing with Louisville is that he could be like a kind of a mismatch for their front court. I mean, I know they have Javon Hadley, who's kind of like their small ball-ish four, but like I said, Carter Knox has all the talent in the world, and I think that that is a matchup that he could take advantage of. But back to the fun part of this. Who has the better guards in this game, in your opinion?
Oh man. I I think the better guards, I'm gonna go with Louisville, but I think the best guard for me in college basketball is Darius Acuff because I just watched him play against Duke. So I love Mikael Brown, don't get me wrong, but the best guard's Louisville, but my favorite guard to watch, Acuff.
You know what? You're copping out with that one. I asked you who the best guard was. You hit me with,
I,
and you hit me with the, well, I like him, but I like him too.
that's fine. I'll go Louisville. Best guard's Louisville.
Okay, and I think that is the right answer. But the one thing for me is that, like, obviously, so Darius Acup played high school basketball in my area. That kid's the ultimate competitor, and I know that in his head, he wants to prove that he's better than Michael Brown. Like, he knows that Michael Brown gets mentioned before he does in a lot of guard conversations, and I think they are going to both take that matchup kind of personally. But it never comes down to 1v1. And when you look at Louisville's guards, whether it's Brown, Conwell, McNeely, even a guy like Adrian Woolley off the bench, they just have so much that they can get after you with, and they can pour in points in bunches. I think the one thing I'll just be looking for is, like, if they aren't able to get threes, because this is a team that, I mean, they're second in the country at 3-point field goals attempted. 15% of their points come from 3-point range. That's really what they want to do. I'm just looking to see kind of what they are able to do, if maybe the 3-point shots aren't falling. But I think it's going to be in a really, really fun matchup. I think any just enjoyer of college basketball will very much want to watch this game. Getting to the prediction on this game. KenPom has Louisville favored in this game by 3. They have them winning 84 to 81. J-Man, what do you predict will happen in this game?
Oh man, I keep going back and forth on this. I'm not gonna lie because the Carter Knox thing, I'm like, we've spoken to existence that he's gonna have a big game finally in a big matchup, and then if he doesn't, then Louisville wins this game. So you know what, better guards are gonna win. Isaac McNeely, like he's actually gonna probably step up. I think the veteran on the key road game, they're gonna lean on him maybe some, and I'm gonna go Louisville. I'm gonna go 82 to 78 Louisville.
82 to 78 Louisville. All right, I like that. Um, I came in with the intention of picking Louisville. I truly did. But it's something about, like, the first road game in Bud Walton. I just think that it's gonna, like, look, I'm a Louisville guy, right? I'm rocking with Louisville this season. They're gonna be fun. They're gonna be great. They're gonna be good in the tournament. All that. They're gonna factor into the ACC. But first true road game at Bud Walton, I just think that Arkansas is also in major need of a win too. That's the thing. Like,
That's
Arkansas,
true.
in my opinion, needs this one more than more than Louisville. They're falling in the rankings. They have played two big games this season and lost both. Like I said, you mentioned he lost to Michigan State. They lose to Duke. They escape Winthrop at home. They really haven't had a really good win. And then when they play teams that are actually good, Winthrop's, I think, is currently 105th on KenPom. They struggle. So this is a big opportunity for them at home. So I'm going to take, if it is an upset, I'll take Arkansas to pull off the dub in this game. Give me high scoring fun though. I will take Arkansas 90, Louisville 85.
I like that.
In a really fun game with both teams playing really good ball. It'll be a really fun one to watch. Once that game does happen, we will have the recap here on the channel, and I can't wait for this game to end up 60-60 or something like that, and we just the offense doesn't work. But we will be here to talk about it and recap it once that does happen, as well as all the big games across college basketball all year long. So be sure to tune in to Sleepers Media YouTube channel.